Evacuation center.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older-adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
The following is a presentation of Roosevelt University Athletics. This is Roosevelt University men's basketball.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
A bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
From Alumni Hall in Columbus, Ohio. Tonight, it's Roosevelt University men's basketball. Tonight, the Roosevelt University Lakers in a non-conference matchup as they face Ohio Dominican University. Hi again, everybody, and good evening. I'm Tom Westenfeld. Great to have you with us here. Lakers and Panthers going at it here tonight, and hopefully we're experiencing a few technical issues with our stream tonight. We apologize for that, and hopefully our stream will be able to hold throughout the evening as we come to you tonight remotely from our Arlington Heights studios, and we watch our video stream provided by Ohio Dominican University. And tonight it is Roosevelt against Ohio Dominican, and it appears on our video stream the crowd is being asked to rise to their feet for the national anthem.
Just new to Division II. They jumped up from Division III to the Division I rank.
So we await the playing of our national anthem tonight at Alumni Hall. And it's great to have you all on with us on a rare Monday night broadcast here. Roosevelt University coming into this matchup tonight with a record of 1 victory and 3 defeats. Lakers starting out their season at Illinois Springfield on the 9th of November. And then they played Upper Iowa as well in Springfield the following date. And then it was on the 14th of November the home opener for Roosevelt as they faced Governor State. And Governor State winning that one 79-61. Lakers then bounced back and got their first ever NCAA Division II victory with a win over East West back on the 22nd of November last Friday night, as that was a final of 98-68 at the Goodman Center in downtown Chicago. Meanwhile, Ohio Dominican, the Panthers coming into this matchup tonight, they are right now in possession of a 2-1 record. They opened the season with a loss against Missouri S&T, 91-77. That was back on the 10th of November. After that, they posted victories over Puerto Rico Rio Piedras by a final of 89-49, and also over Puerto Rico Bayamon by a final of 76-71. Awaiting the start of tonight's matchup, a 7 o'clock Eastern time startup time, and 6 o'clock Central for the tip-off. And while we have a moment, we'll take a look at the starting lineups now for the night's matchup. And for the visiting Roosevelt University Lakers, right now their starting five will be as follows. It'll be 40 Prater, the 6'3 senior guard from Starkville, Mississippi, along with Inari Thomas, the 6'1 junior guard from Chicago, Illinois, transfer from Moraine Valley Community College. It'll be Kennedy Brown, the 6'8 senior center from Chicago, Illinois, along with Griffin Yaklich, the graduate guard and forward, 6'6 from Joliet, Illinois, and then Khalil Haywood, a 6'5 senior from Granada Hills, California. D. Brown, the head coach of the Lakers in his third season at the helm. Trey Leslie and Garrett Hill are the assistants. Meanwhile, for Ohio Dominican, their starting five as follows. It'll be Terrence Broughton, junior guard, 5'10", 170 from Detroit, Michigan, along with Jawan Weatherspoon, a graduate forward, 6'5", 200-pounder from Columbus, Ohio. It'll be Derek Goodman, freshman guard, 6'4" from Delaware, Ohio, along with Zach Kimball, redshirt junior, 6'6", 195 from Sydney, Australia, and Elijah Hinton, the redshirt junior, the center, 6'7", 205 from Newark, Ohio. Casey Kaufman, the head coach at Ohio Dominican in his second year. Colton Everett is an assistant, and the graduate assistant is Reese Leone. So we await the start, the tip-off for tonight's ball game. Great to have you along with us. Ohio Dominican cheerleading squad right now still on the court. And it looks like we'll have the introductions of the starting lineups, judging from our video stream, about to be made. Lakers starting off Thanksgiving week with a Monday night matchup. And we'll be back with you on Wednesday night from the Goodman Center in downtown Chicago. It'll be the home opener for the Roosevelt University women's basketball team. Roosevelt against Upper Iowa. That'll be coming your way on Wednesday. And then we'll take a little bit of a break for the Thanksgiving holiday, and then we'll be back at it the following week. Lakers are going to come out here in their road black jerseys with the white numerals and black tops, black shorts, white numerals. Ohio Dominican in the home white jerseys with it looks like gold numerals and black trim. Great to have you along with us wherever you may be. It will be Roosevelt going as we look at it from our right to left, and Dominican, Ohio Dominican, from left to right. And it'll be Elijah Hinton on the opening tip-off for Ohio Dominican against Inari Thomas for the Lakers. And so we're about ready for basketball tonight on a Monday evening. All right, the official into the center circle, and Ohio Dominican has won the opening tip. Panthers will bring it into the front court now. Terrence Broughton has it. Drives down the right edge of the lane. Kicked it out wide right. Catch and shoot three ball. Back rim and out there. And the rebound going to Roosevelt as the rebound taken down there by Griffin Yaklich. Derek Goodman on the shot attempt there did not go down. And now Inari Thomas into the Roosevelt front court. Has it out between the circles to Yaklich out high right, back to Thomas. Bouncer left of the key. Straddling the three-point line left of the circle. Here's 40 Prater. Circles around to the right. Bounce pass in deep. Then they flip it back out wide right. Kennedy Brown had the pass underneath. Kicked it out right corner now to Yaklich. Back out between the rings to Prater. Pulls up. Straight down three. Back rim and out. Rebound to the foul line. And Ohio Dominican able to get possession of the ball. They'll bring it into the forecourt now. Moving around the arc and in low left. Backing in, no shot available. They'll bring it back around right side. Goodman fed it into the lane. Fall away jumper then from there. After the pass from Goodman, that went to Zach Kimball. His fall away missed, and Roosevelt able to get the defensive rebound. They'll bring it into the front court. 40 Prater has it out high left, directing a little traffic. Guarded by Terrence Broughton. Prater has it near sideline to the hash mark. Circles around now up to the right side. on the drive. Now they move it around, left corner. Here's Thomas for the three, and it's in, and the Lakers are on the board as Inari Thomas, averaging 14 points a game, buries the first shot of the game from three-point range for the Lakers, and Roosevelt has a 3-0 lead. Broughton into the ODU front court. Swings it around right side now to Weatherspoon. Back out now between the rings, Broughton. They'll move it around, left to the lane. Trying to back in there, Kimball in the lane, turn around from about 10. Back rim and out, and 40 Prater gets the Roosevelt rebound. Prater up to the far side now. Here's Yaklich on the drive in from the right, spinning. Under pressure, under a double team. Hook pass now to Kennedy Brown, right edge of the lane. He spins. Left side, Thomas. He's open for the three, and it's in. So Inari Thomas with 6 in the early going, and the Lakers now up by a score of 6-0. Just about 2 minutes have gone by in the opening half. Right corner, Goodman for three, missing. And the rebound goes to the right elbow to 40 Prater. Long bounce pass ahead to Thomas, lays it up. Blocked from behind. Ball went out of bounds. It appears, Roosevelt basketball. 17:49 to go in the opening half. Shot clock will be set at 20. Inbound to come in. Where are they going to inbound the ball? It looks like it'll be brought in baseline right. Lobbing right elbow now. With it there is Yaklich. Drove into the lane. Tries to back in, spins, fought away. Nope, he passed it to the last second. I thought he was going to take the shot. Out high to Prater, pulled up right elbow. His 15-footer missing, and the rebound cleared by Elijah Hinton, who averages 10.7 a game. He gets the defensive rebound for Ohio Dominican. He'll pull up at the other end. Straightaway three is right through for Hinton. So Elijah Hinton hits the three, and Ohio Dominican on the board. It's a Roosevelt 6-3 lead. Lakers operating in the forecourt. 40 Prater has it out high right. Prater now walks it out between the rings, angles to the left. Prater has it out high left, directing a little traffic. Dribbles to the top of the arc, on the drive into the lane. Kick out left side to Thomas, fakes a three, hesitates, drives now into the lane. Foul away jumper from the left elbow, rattles off the iron and out. And it looks like Hinton getting the rebound for ODU. Brought into the front court, that was rather Jawan Weatherspoon with a rebound. Now Hinton has it out top of the key, off to the right side to Kimball. Has it free throw line extended. Brought it back out high, Goodman, around to the left side now. Little wraparound pass, baseline left, back in move here on Kennedy Brown. Spin move, and the shot will miss. And a crowd there didn't see who took the shot initially. It turned out it was Elijah Hinton, and on the rebound we have a whistle. A lot of activity going on under the basket. And we'll have Ohio Dominican to inbound the ball. Derek Goodman to bring it in for ODU. He looks. Brought it in left elbow. Jumper from there is right through. See if that was Antonio Carter who made the shot for ODU. Either way, Ohio Dominican now in the lead. Rather, they bring the Laker lead back to within one at 6-5. Out high right with it. Here is Thomas, left of the key. Yaklich driving in, spinning left edge of the lane. Turnaround right-hander, missing off the heel of the rim. Rebound tipped out between the circles, getting to it, Thomas. To Prater, back now between the rings to Inari Thomas. Off to the left side, 2 passes later. Trying to back in now, low left. No available room there, and now the Lakers will bring it back out high right. Trying to back it in there. That was Khalil Haywood. Now on the drive into the lane, there's 40 Prater, lays it up. That's rejected out of bounds. And it will be the Roosevelt Lakers to keep it. Jawan Weatherspoon with the shot block. And so the Lakers to inbound. Carson Seaman now into the game here for the first time for ODU, and we have our first time out of the game. So we have a timeout on the floor, 15:58 remaining in the opening half. Timeout with a score. It is Roosevelt 6, Ohio Dominican 5. Take a break and come back. This is Roosevelt University basketball.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
It was, by the way, Antonio Carter getting the basket earlier on for Ohio Dominican. As we come back, Roosevelt right now at 2 of 8 from the floor, while Ohio Dominican at 2 of 7. And we will have the two teams now come back out onto the floor. 16:02 now has been set on the clock. The score bug here, the clock apparently being run manually and is not synced up with the scoreboard clock. Lakers inbound the ball, left elbow. Haywood picked up the pass on the left elbow, whistle off the ball. Then it'll be Roosevelt turning the ball over. It'll be Ohio Dominican getting the ball back. So ODU will get possession back. And they will move it all the way here left to right. Across the timeline and up the far sideline now. Controlling it, here's Weatherspoon out between the rings. Brought it back to Carter. Left point. Passed it far sideline, back to Carter. Around to the near side now. Carson Seaman had it, back to Carter, left of the key. Long wraparound, down low left. Little back in attempt here, ball tossed into the air. Let's see if they call Khalil Haywood with a foul here. So Haywood the foul, his first and the team's first. And we'll have free throws coming up now for Juwan Weatherspoon. He is 12 of 16 from the line this year. First free throw goes in. So Weatherspoon, one more coming up. Leads the team with 8 rebounds a game. Does Weatherspoon. One more free throw on the way. We're now tied at 6. So Roosevelt a 6-0 lead to start the game. ODU comes back, scores 6 straight, but now the second free throw by Weatherspoon missed, and the rebound goes to Roosevelt. Haywood getting the rebound, far corner. Into the front court now, 40 Prater. Hands it off on the come around and angling to the right side. Here's Yaklich. Picked up the dribble. Sends it now far sideline. Haywood drives to the right elbow. Kicked it out high around the arc. Now left side with it is Prater. Prater fakes right, went left. Drove to the right elbow again, to his right, kicked it out high right to Thomas. His 3 short, and the rebound goes to ODU. Juwan Weatherspoon with a defensive board. He averages 13 points a game as well for ODU. As Ohio Dominican now operating in the front court. Panthers working in low left, little back end move here. Good job there. Drew King defensively just into the game, shutting off the avenue. Back out high to Carter. Sends it far corner, underhanded pass in deep, tipped away. ODU recovers on the left baseline. Shot clock winding down, and a shot down low goes in. Good move to the basket there, and the shot going in deep. As driving in was Elijah Hinton for the 2. He has 5 in the game, and Ohio Dominican now on an 8-0 run. They lead it now by a score of 8-6. Out between the rings, here is 40 Prater. Angles left, hands it off on the come around now, and over to the far side. Here's the drive in from Yaklich, drove in left baseline, kicked it to the far corner, and then a whistle. It'll be out of bounds, and it'll be ODU ball. So Ohio Dominican to inbound. Ball to be brought in near side. Now over to the far side to Carter. He's into the front court. Carter bounces it out high left. Has it now left point, brought it around to the near side. Holding there now, Brady Moore just into the game. He averages in double figures at 10.7 a game. Carter with it out high. Straightaway 3, right rim and out, and the rebound tipped out of bounds, and it will be not yet sure who was the last to touch it. It'll be Ohio Dominican to inbound. It'll be Antonio Carter to bring it in. Under the hoop here to the right. He looks, brought it in out high left now. They'll bring it around right to the key. Holding there is Moore, swings it out high left near the point. Long 3 that'll rattle in and out. Rebound tipped out of bounds. And it will be Ohio Dominican to keep it. Khalil Haywood doing a good job there, trying to get to the ball. Was kind of tiptoeing the sideline, but could not hold on. It'll be the Panthers to inbound under the hoop here to the right. Shot clock set at 20 inbound now to the left point. They'll bring it around right side to Carter. Carter dribbles top of the key. Around the arc, now into the lane. Turnaround jumper from 10, then will go in for Carson Seaman. Carson Seaman, his first 2 of the game, averages 6.7. And it is now a 10-6 ODU lead. And as I was writing that last basket in my scorebook, looked like Seaman coming up a little bit lame. He is limping out between the circles now. Substitutions coming into the game now for Ohio Dominican. Derek Goodman now checking back in for the Panthers. Bit of a delay here. I believe we had a foul call in that sequence as well. That'll be now 2 against the Lakers here in the first half. 13:53 for the half. And a lot of confusion going on in the court here. A lot of players milling around the lane. It looks like we'll have a free throw attempt coming up here for Derek Goodman now. Discussion going on at the foul line. And we await. And now we will have free throws coming up. And going to the line now, and the first free throw here will go in, and it'll be a three-point attempt, as on the line was Tony Izanyu. So he converts on the free throw. It's now an 11-6 lead for Ohio Dominican. Lakers had the ball in the front court. 40 Prater angles to the right. Out between the rings now. Here's Yaklich, the drive, left elbow. Picked it up now after he lost it. Picked it up baseline left. One hands it out top now to Prater. Fouled off the ball. Offensive foul on Roosevelt here. Looks like they'll call this one on Yaklich. That would be his first and the team's third. And it'll be Ohio Dominican with the basketball back. So they called an offensive foul on the Lakers. And it will be Ohio Dominican ball. They'll work it up the far side now after the inbound pass. Carter across the timeline, far sideline. Picked up the dribble out high left. Passes it far side. Now he's back on the dribble. Moves it around to the right side now. Picked up the dribble again. Around the arc they go. Free throw line extended left. Back around right side to Carter. Wrap around right elbow. And from there a turnaround shot. Back rimming out there for Seaman. Rebound baseline left. Trying to get to it there was Inari Thomas for the Lakers. Couldn't do it. And so it will be out of bounds to Ohio Dominican. 13-11 to go in the half. Here comes the inbound under the hoop here to the right. As ODU will inbound. Long look on the inbound. Brought out high now to Izanu. And now back out between the circles. Goodman. Around to the right side. Right point now with it is Weatherspoon. Hesitates. Bounce passes the right corner. Izanu with it there. Drives into the lane. Pulls up. Tries to turn around. Instead, tried to get around pressure from Kennedy Brown. Laid it up, missed it, and then Brown got the Roosevelt rebound. He'll bring it back up the other way, up the far sideline. Long bounce pass in the lane. Head fake, then a shot will bank no good there down low. As Haywood trying the shot, but a foul called in deep on Ohio Dominican. I think they may call this on Izanyu. That would be his first of the game. And we'll have free throws coming up now, as going to the line will be Khalil Haywood, who is 4 for 7 from the line this season. 11-6 Ohio Dominican the lead. First free throw here barely hit the front of the rim. Bounced away. One more free throw coming up for Haywood. 11-6 Roosevelt with the lead. Rather, Ohio Dominican with the lead. Lakers have not scored any points since they scored the first 6. And that came on a couple of threes from Inari Thomas very early on. Here comes the second free throw. That's in. Haywood converts. That ends the scoring drought for the Lakers. It's now an 11-7 Panther lead. Ohio Dominican now to inbound the ball. Again, a little bit of a delay. And now we'll have the inbound. Over to the far side it goes. Return pass now to the near side. Pressure applied by Prater on Broughton, who's back into the game. He brought it into the front court, though. Has it out right edge of the center circle. Passes it far side. Now they'll move it around the arc off to the right now to Carson Seaman. Seaman back around right corner. Goodman back right of the circle. With it there, Broughton to Seaman. Sends it far side. Wraparound pass from there. And then a drive into the lane. Off balance shot. Izanyu misses. Tip try will not go. And the rebound down low under the basket goes to 40 Prater for the Lakers. He'll try to bring the ball up the floor. Angles to the right side. Drives down the lane all the way to the hoop. Puts it up. And then it'll bounce around the rim and in for 40 Prater. That ball took a long time to bounce through, but it did. And so now it is an 11-9 Ohio Dominican lead. Lakers with three-quarter court pressure. Now they'll back away as into the front court is Broughton. He has it out between the rings. Wrap around, low right, turnaround jumper from there. A right-hander goes in as Zach Kimball drains the shot. his first points of the game. 13-9 in favor of Ohio Dominican. Out between the rings now. Here's 40 Prater, angles to the near side. Prater has it free throw line extended. Back around to the right side now. Prater again, lob in left of the lane now. Here's Kennedy Brown, took the pass, foul from behind on Izanyu. Or nope, it'll be against Roosevelt. Offensive foul here, I believe, and we'll have a timeout on the floor. Timeout on the floor, 11:24 to go in the half. It is Ohio Dominican 13, Roosevelt 9. Take a break and come back. You're tuned to Roosevelt University basketball.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then, someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
All right, now Roosevelt at 3 of 10 from the floor. They've made 2 of 4 3-pointers in this game, while Ohio Dominican at 5 of 15 and 1 for 5 from beyond the arc. As it is a 13-9 ball game. Roosevelt scoring the first 6 points of the game, but that lead evaporating, and now it is a 4-point advantage for Ohio Dominican. So the Lakers to inbound. They'll move it all the way the length of the floor, left to right. Ohio Dominican from the Great Midwest Conference. As they play in Columbus, Ohio. Inbound pass came in out high left. Now with it is Prater up to the key. Dribbles into the lane. Running one-hander high off the glass and misses. Tip try, though, is in. As hitting that is Kennedy Brown for the follow-up shot. Brown averages 8.8 points a game, as 2 now as he gets his first field goal. And Roosevelt back to within a parent 13-11. Ohio Dominican moving the ball around the perimeter. Far side with it now. Broughton out between the rings. Jalen Green just into the game now for Ohio Dominican. Broughton now left of the key, lobbed it in low left. Ball bobbled out of bounds. It'll be Roosevelt getting it back. So the Lakers get the ball back after the turnover, and they will move the ball all the way here from right to left. So now here's 40 Prater into the forecourt. Far side with it, Aiden Campos, who had such a great game against East-West. He was on fire early in the game from three-point range. Daniel Reed is also in the game now for the Lakers. 40 Prater out between the rings, on the drive, into the lane. Fought away from 13, is in for 40 Prater on a nice shot, a tough shot as well for Prater. He has 4 points tonight, and we're back tied at 13. A game of runs here to be sure in this game. Into the forecourt, Broughton now, guarded tightly by Prater. Now the Lakers have a defensive switch. Off to the right side with it now. Here's Green over to the far side on the pass, then return pass to Green. Has it out high right. Back to Broughton. Works it left around the screen. Nicely set there by Elijah Hinton. Back out top now. Goodman, long 3. Back rim and out. Rebound down low. Tipped around. Came out right of the lane. And Ohio Dominican able to get it back. Off to the right side now. And from the corner. That'll miss on a shot by Hinton. Rebound over to the far corner. Battled for here. Ball on the floor. Picked up near the left elbow. Scramble for it now. Huge pile up near the left elbow. Officials will move in. It'll be a held ball here. And on the alternate possession arrow, it will go to Roosevelt. So the Lakers now to move the ball all the way right to left. Chance to retake the lead as we're just past 10 minutes time elapsed in this opening half. 13-13 game. Roosevelt in search of their second win of the year. Trying to make it a 2-game win streak. Out between the rings with it now. Here's 40 Prater, angles to the left. Prater backed it up near sideline near the hash mark. Works it around a double screen up to the right side. Has it to the right point. Prater dribbles back top of the arc. Left side now with it is Haywood. Looks around, back out between the rings to 40 Prater. He'll backpedal to the center circle. Back around left side now. And he'll back it up beyond the arc. He'll take a long 3, and it's in. Nothing but net for 40 Prater, who hits the long ball. That gives him 7 in the game. And it is now a 16-13 Roosevelt lead. Off to the right side. Here's Broughton with it. Directs a little traffic. One hands it now to the left point. Holding there, Goodman. Long pass left corner. Catch and shoot three. Off the back rim and out, and the rebound goes low right to Khalil Haywood for Roosevelt. Long pass into the forecourt. Right side with it, Campos. Back to Haywood. Drives in from the right. Fed it down low. Little spin move, and then Kennedy Brown up for the two-hand jam. Count the hoop and a foul called. Kennedy Brown to the line for the three-point play opportunity after the foul on Elijah Hinton. Hinton with his first. That'll be the team's second. Kennedy Brown to the line now for the three-point play opportunity here for RU. And the Lakers now been able to build up an 18-13 lead. And a chance to add to that lead with 8:53 for the half. So Kennedy Brown to the line now for the Lakers. 5 of 7 from the line coming in is Brown, and he hits that free throw. That's his 5th point of the game. 19-13 Roosevelt. I want to say this is a 13-0 run by the Lakers now. Long time without points for ODU. Here's Broughton out now between the rings. Leans, wrap around into the lane, down the lane, and the layup attempt, no, but a follow-up tip will go in. So give him the follow-up after the initial shot by Jawan Weatherspoon did not convert. Hinton now with 7. 19-15, RU the lead. 40 Prater into the RU forecourt. Angles off to the right. Sends it wide right now. Then back out high right now to Prater after Thomas had the ball. Left of the lane now to Haywood. Drives into the lane. Pulls up. Did well to avoid a travel. Misses a turnaround off the front of the rim. Rebound tipped high into the air. Came down right elbow. Went to the far side. Able to get to it there is Haywood. Got it up ahead now to Prater. And his floater from the left side. He was not squared to the hoop. Switched hands. Made it from the left hand to the right hand. Tossed it up and it went around and in. 40 Prater, the acrobatic shot there. Lakers up now 21-15. Broughton top of the key. Lobbed it in. Low right turnaround shot for Seaman. That'll be off the back of the rim rather for Brady Moore. And Roosevelt able to get the rebound. They'll bring it into the forecourt. Little pull up right elbow. Bounce pass into the lane. Tipped out now between the rings. With it there, Thomas. He'll back it out now. Far side. Holding there near the timeline. Works it far sideline against pressure from Weatherspoon. Prater now with it. Free throw line extended right. Dribbles now between the rings. Guarded by Goodman. Back wide right to Campos. His three. Too strong off the back rim. Rebound tipped out right of the key. Went well into the air there. And able to reel that ball in was Brady Moore. Dominican into the front court now. Long three from the right in transition. Misses for Goodman. Bounces off the top of the glass and out of bounds. It'll be Roosevelt ball. 7:11 remaining in the half. Roosevelt the lead 21-15. And a little bit of time on the floor. Lakers up 6. We'll take a break and come back. This is Roosevelt University basketball.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container, because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road.
All right, we'll come out of the break as the players now back out onto the floor. 7:11 remaining in the first half, and Roosevelt a 21-15 lead over host Ohio Dominican. So it'll be Roosevelt now out of the timeout with possession of the ball, and they'll move it here from right to left. And they'll bring it into the forecourt now to 40 Prater. Angles right, cuts back now to the left. Has it now at the left point. Brought it out top of the key. Drives in from there. Kick out wide left down to Aiden Campos. His three off the right side of the rim and out. Rebound tipped way out to the timeline and tracked down there by a 40 Prater. Has it out between the rings. Sends it out to the right side, and Inari Thomas into the lane. Off balance shot, banks in. Let's see if it counts here as there was contact in the lane. Looks like we have a foul coming up, and it will be on Ohio Dominican, and so Inari Thomas to the line for the three-point play opportunity here. Thomas now with 8, comes into the game 87.5% from the line. Lakers as a team 78.2% from the line. And here's the free throw in the air, and that will be in for Thomas, who converts the three-point play opportunity. Roosevelt now up there, largest lead of the game at 9 at 24-15. Out between the rings now. Goodman angles to the right, picked up the dribble. Back out high with it now. Here's Seaman. Rather, it's Brady Moore with the ball out between the rings. Braun with it now, wrap around in low right. Hinton wheels to the hoop twice, lays it up and in on a beautiful move as they split two defenders on a spin move down low right. So Elijah Hinton now with 9. Roosevelt lead at 24-17. They're back the other way. A quick shot, glances off the right side of the rim and out. And Hinton gets a rebound here for Ohio Dominican. Back around to the right side. Here's Goodman as they operate through the Panthers in the front court. Top of the key, Brown rockets a ball in low right on a back cut here for Goodman. His shot partially blocked, and then Roosevelt able to get the ball back. Kennedy Brown the block and then got possession of the ball. Roosevelt now, they have the ball in the forecourt. Near side with it is Prater. Back out between the rings now. And with it is going to be Thomas. Far side. Got it now to Yaklich, who's back in. Around the arc they go. Out high left now to Prater. Prater on the drive. Swings it around right side. Here's a drive down the lane then from Thomas after the pass, and Inari Thomas lays it in. Inari Thomas with the 2. And Roosevelt up now by 9 again at 26-17. Panthers with the ball in the front court. Bounce pass in deep to Hinton. Good feed came in there from Weatherspoon. Hinton laid it in, count the hoop, and a foul called. And we'll have a free throw attempt here for a three-point play opportunity for Ohio Dominican, as it'll be Elijah Hinton to the line now for the Panthers. Hinton this year 9 of 11 from the foul line in this still these early days of the 2025 season. Hinton to the line now for ODU. 26-19 in favor of Roosevelt. Free throw here in the air, and that'll be around and out. And it was Griffin Yaklich getting the rebound for Roosevelt. I believe it was Yaklich who got called for that previous foul. Lakers now have 4 team fouls in the first half. Lakers move it into the front court. Long pass far side, tipped out of bounds. And so it will stay in Roosevelt's possession with 5:12 remaining in the half. 23 to shoot here for the Lakers. Here comes the inbound out high right now. With it is Yaklich. Now with it is 40 Prater. Prater between the rings. Angles left. Brought it back out now between the circles again. Left side Yaklich dropped it, got it back. Left corner now to Thomas. His 3 right through. Inari Thomas buries the tray, his 3rd of the game in the first half. Roosevelt now up 29-19. 10-point advantage for RU. Panthers move the ball around the forecourt around the perimeter in the forecourt. Out between the rings, Broughton off to the right side now. Here's Brady Moore. Bounce pass, baseline right, 16-footer, misses for Hinton. One and done there. Griffin Yaklich, the Roosevelt rebound, will bring it into the forecourt. Left corner now to Thomas. Backs in, left of the lane. Out high left now, beyond the arc, with it is Yaklich again. Out between the rings. And with it is Daniel Reed to Yaklich. Cross-court pass, wide right to Prater, his 3. Too strong off the heel of the rim. Elijah Hinton, the Ohio Dominican rebound. Up the near side now and into the forecourt. Little stutter step here by Antonio Carter. Worked it into the lane. Kicked it out wide left. They move it around the arc now into the corner again. Driving in from there. Carter through traffic. Laid it up. No good, but a foul here, I believe, on Kennedy Brown. That would be on Brown, his 1st. Team's 5th. 5:12 remaining in the half. In a back-and-forth game here tonight. And we'll have free throws coming up now for Ohio Dominican. So it's Antonio Carter to the line. First free throw here. And that'll be in for Carter, his 3rd point of the game. Carter now 3 for 3 from the line in the early going this season. He's coming in averaging 3 points a game. Carter, one more coming up. And the second one is off the back of the rim and out, and the rebound goes to Roosevelt. Khalil Haywood, the rebound for the Lakers. So we're holding it 29-20 in favor of Roosevelt. Lakers move the ball across the timeline. Now with it is 40 Prater, directing a little traffic out between the rings. Prater standing dribble out high. Fakes left, went right. Straddles the three-point line, drives in from there, flipped it wide right now. Thomas with a three from the wing, misses, and Antonio Carter the rebound for ODU. He'll bring it into the front court. Carter into the lane. Contact here. It'll be a blocking foul called on Daniel Reed. Oh, he thought he had a charging call coming up, but it didn't happen. And Daniel Reed, frustratingly now back onto his feet. And we have a time out on the floor. Reed is first team, 6th time out on the floor. 3:38 for the half with a score. Roosevelt 29, Ohio Dominican 20. This is Roosevelt University basketball.
The court. The course.
The track. GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
All right, welcome back here as we head to the latter stages of the first half. And coming out of the timeout now, free throw opportunity coming up for Ohio Dominican as we play with 3:38 remaining in the half. 29-20 Roosevelt the lead. First free throw here, back rim and out for Carter. Carter now 0 for 2 from the line in this game. Has one more coming up. Best he can do is bring his team to within 8 at 29-21 if he makes the free throw. Second free throw in the air, and that will be in and out. And then a whistle as the ball was hitting the rim, and Roosevelt will be awarded possession here. Lakers 11 of 26, 42.3% from the floor. ODU at 8 of 26, 30.8%. So it is a Laker possession coming up. And they will bring it into the forecourt now. Prater, wide right, Aiden Campos steps to his left, takes a three off the front rim and out, and the rebound going to Ohio Dominican. They'll bring it back the other way into the front court as with the rebound there was Terrence Broughton. Moves right, then went left. Baseline left to Hinton. Back out high left now at the point to Broughton. Up top, Carter, straightaway three, right through for Antonio Carter. Hits the three. That gives him 5 points tonight, and it brings the Panthers to within 6 of the Lakers at 29-23. Lakers had the ball in the forecourt now with it. Here's 40 Prater for RU. Prater backed it up near the center circle. Left side around a screen set there by Brown. Prater then battling a double team near sideline to Campos into the lane to Brown. Jump hook, hit the front of the rim and out. Rebound in the lane, in traffic. And it goes to Terrence Broughton for ODU. He'll bring it into the front court. Right side Hinton fakes a shot and gets called for a travel. Faked the shot, tried to move in right elbow. And he got called for the steps. It'll be Roosevelt getting the ball back after the turnover. 2:38 remaining in the half. 29-23 Roosevelt with a lead. All right, into the front court, 40 Prater. Near sideline now to Campos. Dribbles out to the center circle. To the right point, and here is Inari Thomas. Works it left around a Brown screen. Thomas now battling a trap at the timeline. Got out of that nicely. Passed it to Haywood. Now Campos lobbed it in deep. Kennedy Brown takes the pass, spins, and goes up for the two-hand dunk. So Kennedy Brown picks up the field goal there after pressure by Ohio Dominican at the timeline. 31-23 Roosevelt. ODU with the ball in the front court. Broughton off to the right side down. Driving in from there, Moore. In the lane, two-hand wraparound down low to Hinton. Spins, lays it up, misses, but got his own rebound and hit a follow-up off the glass from down low left. So Elijah Hinton makes it a 31-25 game. Lakers by 6. Prater into the RU front court. Fakes left, went right. Underhands it now to the right point to Thomas. He'll bring it back between the rings. Thomas now moves it left to the key. Backed it up now to the left point. Over to the far side, Prater. Wide right, here's Campos. Picked it up again now to Prater. Back to Campos again, right side. Campos and Prater playing catch. Now 40 takes a three. Right side, front rim, back rim and out, and the rebound cleared by Ohio Dominican. Antonio Carter, the defensive board. Passed it to his left. With it now Broughton between the rings. Lob into the lane. Turn around from there. In and out for Brady Moore. Bad luck there. Rebound tipped around down low. And then a whistle under the basket. So a foul here, it appears, on Roosevelt. It would be their 7th by my count in the first half. And we'll have free throws coming up for Ohio Dominican with 1:16 remaining in the half. 31-25, Roosevelt with a lead. And we'll have Jawan Weatherspoon to the line now for the Panthers. First one bounces off the front of the rim, lands on the front of the rim, then rolls through for the conversion. Weatherspoon now with 2, both from the free throw line tonight. Tony Izanu back into the game now here for Ohio Dominican. One more coming up. Clock now on the scoreboard on our video feed reset to 1:16. Free throw here is on the way and in, so the second free throw is good. And so that makes it a 31-27 ball game. Laker lead now down to 4. They've led by as many as 10 here tonight. 40 Prater out between the rings. Fakes left, went right. Pulled up right elbow. Got it over to the far corner now. Driving in from there. Reverse lay-in goes in for... That was Thomas driving in on the right baseline. Went under the hoop, reversed it in over his shoulder off the glass as well. That basket gives the Lakers a 33-27 lead. Inside a minute remaining in the half now. Here's Broughton out between the rings. Over to the far side. Now back between the rings with it is Carter. Wrap around into the lane. Down the lane. Layup attempt misses here. Rebound tip to the foul line. Scramble for the ball here and then a whistle. That was Jawan Weatherspoon trying the lay-in attempt. Didn't work out. It'll be Roosevelt ball. Down to 35 seconds for the half. So up the inbound now. Roosevelt with the ball in the forecourt. Now at a half minute remaining. Shot clock right now about 9 seconds ahead of the game clock. Fall away jumper, right elbow, banks in. So Thomas gets the shot to fall off the window. Lakers lead 33-27. And now it looks like we'll have a timeout taken here. We'll keep it here. 16 seconds remaining in the half. And Roosevelt a 33-27 lead. It'll be a 30 again, so we'll stay here. Back and forth game. Roosevelt taking the lead early with a 6-0 lead. Then Ohio Dominican went on a run, took the lead, and then they went back and forth. And now the Lakers leading it here by 6. With 16 seconds remaining in the opening half, there will be no shot clock for the rest of this first half. Lakers, after tonight's game, will be on the road again on Wednesday afternoon. We'll have a live video link posted for that. It'll be Roosevelt at Indianapolis. That'll be a 1 p.m. Chicago time start. And then after that, they will return home for their GLIAC conference opener against Lake Superior State on the 5th of December. All right, we come out of the break now. And it will be near sideline, Jawan Weatherspoon to inbound for Ohio Dominican. Inbound brought into the timeline to Broughton. Has it right edge of the center circle. Clock winding down under 10. Again, they can hold it out for 1 should they so choose. Broughton with it between the rings. Clock down to 5. Sends it wide left. Catch and shoot 3, I believe, by Goodman. Right through. And that will bring us to the end of the first half. So a 3-ball at the end of the half makes it a 33-30 ball game. Make it 35-30 in favor of Roosevelt at the end of the break. So the scoreboard only had 33, and they moved it up to 35. And that's what our live stats feed as well, as it was Carson Seaman, rather, with a 3 from the left side. And so this first half coming to its conclusion. So Seaman buries the 3. He has 5 points tonight. We'll step aside, take a little bit of an extended timeout. And then when we come back, we'll have our first half scoring recap in about 10 minutes and our second half play-by-play on the way. At the break, your score is Roosevelt 35, Ohio Dominican 30. We'll see you on the other side of our extended timeout. This is Roosevelt University basketball.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then, someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
How is your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then, someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hey, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
And we welcome you back to our broadcast tonight. And we thank Ohio Dominican University for supplying us their video stream tonight, via which we're able to call remotely from our Arlington Heights studios as we get ready to go for the second half of tonight's game, with Roosevelt right now leading it by a score of 35-30. Let's take a look at first half scoring stats now for the Lakers. Inari Thomas rolling along, 18 points tonight on 7 of 12 shooting, 3 for 5 from beyond the arc. Rest of the Lakers scoring tonight, 40 Prater has 9, Kennedy Brown 7, and Khalil Haywood has 1. Yaklich, Reed, Campos, and King all have played but not scored for Roosevelt. Meanwhile, for Ohio Dominican, they're led in scoring right now by Elijah Hinton with 13. And he is 4 rebounds away from a double-double. He has 6 rebounds so far in this contest, 13 for Hinton. And the rest of the scoring, Antonio Carter has 6. And then with 3 points tonight is Carson Seaman. Also with 3, Juwan Weatherspoon. And then with 2 apiece are Brady Moore and Zach Kimball, and 1 in the game for Tony Izanu. Shooting stats tonight, Ohio Dominican right now, 11 of 32, 34.4%. They're 3 of 10 from beyond the arc, 5 of 10 from the free throw line, while Roosevelt right now checking in at 14 of 31, 45.2%. They're 4 of 12 from three-point range and 3 for 4 from the foul line. Rebounding tonight, a 22-19 advantage for Roosevelt. Turnovers in this game. And it is right now a fairly free turnover game. 3 for the Lakers and 2 for Ohio Dominican. Largest lead of this game has been 10 points for the Lakers at 29-19. And Ohio Dominican's largest lead was at 11 and 11-6, as they had a 5-point lead at 12:44 remaining in the first half. That was after Roosevelt scored the first 6 points of the game. Then it was 11 straight for Ohio Dominican. And then the Lakers came back, took the lead. It's been kind of seesaw since then, although again Roosevelt able to lead by as many as 10, but right now their lead is half of that at 5. Back with you on Wednesday night, Roosevelt against Upper Iowa women's basketball, the home game, home schedule opener from the Goodman Center on Wednesday night. That'll be Wednesday afternoon at 5:30 p.m. And we'll have that for you on Flow College. Two teams about ready to head back out onto the floor, and we're about ready to head to the second half of tonight's game. Looking at the foul situation here, Weatherspoon, Broughton, Hinton, Carter, and Izanu all with 1 each. Also, Seaman has 1 foul. For the Lakers, Yaklich and Reed with 2. Campos, King, Brown, and Thomas all with 1. So we are about ready to go, it appears, for the second half of tonight's game on the hardwood floor in Columbus, Ohio. As we said at the top of the broadcast, a rare Monday night matchup for Roosevelt. But from wherever you may be, we're glad you're with us. Now, we can't see the scoreboard clock, so I don't know if there's still time remaining in the countdown. We can see on the video feed that we're watching, Ohio Dominican gathered along the far side in front of their bench. Now they will disperse out onto the floor. And it'll be Roosevelt going, as we look at it here, from left to right in the second half. And it'll be Ohio Dominican going right to left. Lakers are still huddled around head coach Dee Brown. Roosevelt trying to make it 2 straight in advance of their next matchup, which will be on Wednesday, another non-conference matchup at Indianapolis. That's a 1 p.m. Chicago time start. So the Lakers are now out onto the floor, and we're underway here. Ohio Dominican opening up the second half of the game with the ball. Again, they're working it as we look at it right to left. Broughton into the front court, out high right now to Goodman. Around to the left side with it now. Here's Juwan Weatherspoon. Has it between the rings. Near side left to Broughton. He'll drive into the lane. Kicked it out wide right to Weatherspoon. His three, too strong off the back of the rim. An acrobatic rebound for Kennedy Brown for the Lakers. Up ahead now to 40 Prater. He moves into the front court. Cross-court pass to the left side. Driving in from there, Yaklich. Griffin wheels to the hoop. Tossed it out high. Ball tipped away, and we have contact and a whistle. Yaklich got bumped there from behind as he released the pass, and there was a foul called on Ohio Dominican. Their first of the second half. It'll be Roosevelt ball. They'll inbound the ball here under the hoop to the right. Ball brought in to Kennedy Brown, left elbow. Pulls up at the dotted line in the lane. Wide right, here's Haywood now. Khalil Haywood brought it back out between the rings to 40 Prater. He controls out near the timeline. Holding. Now one hands it between the rings to Kennedy Brown. Brown angles left. Hands it off on the come around now. Here's Thomas with it. Thomas pulls up, 18-footer right of the circle. Hit the front end of the rim and out, and the rebound goes to Ohio Dominican. Terrence Broughton with a rebound. Pass over to the far side as they brought it into the front court. Tipped out of bounds, I think, by Griffin Yaklich. It'll be the Panthers to keep the ball. 19:03 remaining in the half. 24 is set on the shot clock right now. Here comes the inbound. And the inbound tipped high into the air, and Griffin Yaklich gets the steal for the Lakers. He'll bring it into the front court now. Has it out high left on a standing dribble with the right hand. Out to 40 Prater, who angles right. No points as of yet on the board for either squad here in the second half. Top of the key now. Here's the drive by Yaklich. Pulled up right elbow. Wheels his way into the lane. Fought away from 10. Well short there. And Ohio Dominican with possession. They'll lob it into the front court now to Broughton, wide right. Back out high right to Goodman. His three. Right rim and out. Rebound goes baseline left. Ohio Dominican keeps it. Back off to the left side now. A three-pointer. That'll bounce off the right side of the rim and out of bounds for Jawan Weatherspoon. And it'll be Roosevelt with the ball back. Well, we've gone 90 seconds here in the second half with no scoring. We're holding it a Roosevelt 35-30 lead. All right, Roosevelt now. They'll bring it into the front court. With it is 40 Prater. Angles to the right. Prater has it near the NCAA logo. Now angles around to the far side. Hands it up on the come around now. Here's Thomas with it. Right point to Griffin Yaklich. Back up top now to Thomas. Zigzags his way into the lane. Back around now, right corner. Haywood fakes a three. Steps in, 18-footer right of the lane. Misses. Rebound tipped high into the air. It'll be out of bounds, I believe, to ODU. Yep. Ohio Dominican will get the ball back. As we play here with 17:56 remaining. Still no scoring in the second half. Roosevelt the lead by a score of 35-30. Ohio Dominican operating in the forecourt now. Goodman out near the center circle. Near side left to Broughton. Lobs it. Oh, an alley-oop, and they time it perfectly. And there for the two-hand dunk. Jawan Weatherspoon. Perfect pass from the left side, and Weatherspoon with a jam. Weatherspoon now with 5. That was his first field goal of the game. Laker lead at 35-32. Thomas out high right in the RU forecourt. Hands it up to the near side to 40 Prater. Circles around now near the center circle. Angles to the left. Back far side, Haywood. Rockets a fastball in low left now to Brown. Wheels on a double team. Can't get a shot away. Out high left now to Prater. His three is in. 40 Prater, the answer as he hits the three ball from the left. He has a dozen points now tonight. Laker lead back to 6 at 38-32. Out between the rings, here's Kimball within the forecourt. Right point. Now Goodman. Back around wide right. Kimball. Bouncer in low right. Jump hook there. Back rim and out, but a foul here, I believe, on Kennedy Brown. As a little turnaround right-hander misses for Elijah Hinton, but Hinton will go to the line now for Ohio Dominican. So Kennedy Brown the foul. First against the Lakers in the second half. Lakers coming in averaging 78.2 points per game. Not quite at that pace yet in this game. Here's Hinton to the line now for ODU, and the first free throw off the front of the rim and out. Hinton with one more on the way. Best he can do is give his team a 5-point deficit. Here's the second free throw. That's in. Hinton converts the second of the two. And it's now a 38-33 Roosevelt lead. Both teams have had opportunities, but points at a premium here early in the second half. Low left in the front court. Head fake. Shot will miss. Foul down low. Let's see if they call this one on Zach Kimball. We'll have Roosevelt free throws on the way. That'll be the second against ODU in the second half. And it'll be Inari Thomas to the line now for the Lakers. He is 1 for 1 from the line tonight. First free throw here on the way and around and out. Thomas will have to wait to get to that 20-point plateau as he has 18 right now. Could have made it with 2 made free throws. He'll try to hit the second one here, and he does. Thomas hitting the second of the 2 for point number 19. Lakers the lead, 39-33. Braun, bounce pass near side, nearly knocked away, but ODU able to keep it off the left side. Now with it, here's Weatherspoon. Underhands it in deep. Kimball wheels to the hoop as he tried to take it to the rim. Went up into the air, took a hard fall, but a foul called underneath. Let's see if they call this on Kennedy Brown. I believe it was on Kennedy. And that'll be 2 now on the Lakers here in the second half. 16:40 remaining in regulation. Zach Kimball to the line now for Ohio Dominican. Now Kimball will walk over to the far sideline. And I believe he may have sustained a cut there, so they'll take care of that. Well, the training staff for Ohio Dominican. 16:40 remains in the second half. And now Zach Kimball will go to the line. Kimball coming into the game 1 for 3 from the line this year. He has not yet taken a free throw, but he makes the first one here. Kimball converts, 1 more coming up. 39-34 Roosevelt. You get the feeling this one will go right down to the end. Second free throw goes in for Kimball. And so Roosevelt now will have the ball as they'll move it across the timeline, leading at 39-35. Prater now swings it to the left baseline. Spinning in from there. Thomas got around 2 defenders and then laid it in with a right hand. What a move to the hoop there. Thomas now with 21, so he goes past that 20-point plateau. Laker lead at 41-35. Out high with it, Kimball. Got it in low left. Backing into the lane, Hinton. Jump hook from about 6. Rattles around the rim and out. Rebound goes to Khalil Haywood for the Lakers. A good effort there by Elijah Hinton. The shot just not falling as it danced around the rim. Into the front court now. Here is 40 Prater. Bouncer, long bouncer, left of the lane. Backing in is going to be Yaklich. Brought it back out high left now. Here's 40 Prater with it. Prater backed it up to the far sideline of the hash mark. Still on the dribble, moves it to the wing, drives in left baseline. Lean in shot with the right hand, came up short, got his own rebound in the crowd. Follow up will roll around and out. Rebound tipped around down low, batted around underneath the basket. Able to get to it there, Elijah Hinton for ODU. Up ahead now, here's Goodman into the front court. Out front, here's a straightaway 3. Right rim and out there for Zach Kimball, and the rebound goes to the Lakers. Yaklich the rebound, will bring it into the front court near side. Fed it up ahead to Thomas, into the lane. Off balance shot from about 6, back rim and out. Rebound in deep initially to Hinton. Had it tapped out of bounds. It'll be Ohio Dominican to keep it. 15-16 to go in the second half. Time out on the floor. Good ball game tonight. Your score, Roosevelt 41 and ODU 35. We'll take a break and come back as you're tuned to Roosevelt University basketball.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Out of the break, Ohio Dominican inbounding the ball. Great ball work. They tried a three from the right that misses, and then on the rebound battle, it looks like Kennedy Brown getting called for a foul for Roosevelt. I believe that'll be 3 on him now. So he'll come out of the game in foul trouble here. Roosevelt with 3 in the second half. And we'll have, I believe, Panther free throws coming up, but first they'll take care of a wet spot on the floor. 15:02 remaining in regulation. 41-35, Roosevelt with a lead. And no free throws. Instead, though, the Panthers to inbound baseline right with it looks like 19 to shoot. Now the officials will confer, and they'll have to take care of more work on the floor. I want to make sure no players will be slipping and sliding on the hardwood, and now we're about ready to resume. The shot clock has now been reset to 20. Here comes the inbound baseline right for the Panthers. A long look inbounds. Ball brought in left corner. Holding there. Here's Broughton, tries to drive. Instead brought it back out high. They move it around the perimeter from left to right. They work it in baseline right. Hook pass out front now. Broughton with it again between the circles. Angles to the left. Around the arc again, right side. They'll feed it into the right corner. Long three. Around and out there. Tip try won't go. Rebound down low. Hinton had it initially, but a foul called in deep. I think that was Seaman trying a three at the end of the sequence. Foul called here, and that one will be on Khalil Haywood. That'll be 4 on the Lakers in the second half now. And off the inbound, a little tip in here for Elijah Hinton. Looked up from my scorebook, saw the ball tipped. I believe it was Hinton in a crowd getting to it either way. Laker lead down to 6 at 41-37. I should say 4 at 41-37. Not good mathematics there by your humble play-by-play announcer. Here's Thomas angling right into the Roosevelt front court. Hands it off to Daniel Reed back in. Far side now with it, Haywood. Lakers running a little bit of a weave into the lane. Prater kicked it out right side now. 3 ball for Reed. Back rim and out. And way up high. ODU able to get the defensive rebound. Long pass up ahead into the front court for Hinton. That came from Carson Seaman, who got the rebound. It got tipped out of bounds. It'll be Roosevelt the last to make contact. It'll be ODU to keep the ball. Aiden Campos back into the game now. Daniel Reed coming out for the Lakers. 14:07 for the second half. 41-37. Roosevelt the lead by 4. Here comes the inbound baseline left. Long look in. Ball brought into Broughton. He'll work it between the rings. Fastball into the lane now. In traffic. Ball batted to the far side. Campos dives to the floor. Gets to it for the Lakers. Dropped it back for Prater, who lobbed it into the front court. Here's Thomas. Nearly double dribbled. Got the ball back and then laid it in as he went through 2 defenders. Inari Thomas flirting with a turnover all the way there, but he winds up getting the 2. Laker lead at 43-37. Now they're up by 6. Broughton into the front court now for ODU. They're moving around left side. Holding there now, Moore back into the game. Around the arc to Broughton. Bouncer into the lane for Hinton. He bobbles and tipped into the hands of Yaklich, who then wrestles it away from Hinton, who tried to get the ball back. Yaklich lob into the front court now. Griffin has it now, back out high left. Yaklich on the drive. Backed it out, left of the lane, guarded by Hinton. Yaklich on a double team. Fed it now far side. Driving in from there, Prater. Wheels down low right. Fall away jumper, left baseline. Off the rim and out, and the rebound goes to Elijah Hinton for ODU. Up ahead to Broughton. He'll feed it right side. Open chance for 3. Misses there for Weatherspoon. Rebound tipped out front. Broughton again with a 3. Misses off the back rim. Rebound tipped low right. Weatherspoon tried to get it, and then a whistle. A lot going on there, but no points on the board. And I believe it'll be Juwan Weatherspoon, the foul. That'll be the 3rd of the second half on Dominican. And it'll be Roosevelt basketball with 12:56 for the second half. 43-37 Roosevelt. And again, they'll take care of some maintenance on the floor. Under the basket here to the left. Or still, I think some of the players feel it's still a little bit too slippery there. Can see Inari Thomas kind of moving his sneakers around on that spot there. And now it looks like we're ready to resume. And Roosevelt moving it all the way left to right as they'll get possession. Here's the walk into the front court now, right in the middle of the floor by 40 Prater. Fakes left, went right around a screen by Yaklich. Griffin has it now, top of the arc. Swings it wide left. And then back out front, Thomas to Prater. Back to Thomas at the left point. Thomas hands it up now and the come around to Yaklich. Up to the right of the key now, Prater. Back to Griffin Yaklich. Left corner, Thomas. Fakes, drives into the lane. Off balance shot with a right hand. Came up short. And the rebound cleared by Antonio Carter now back into the game for ODU. Carter passed it far side, has it back again between the rings. Around to the near side with it there, Kimball lobbed it into the lane. Then a lean-in shot with the right hand. Never had a chance to get to the rim, but Kimball got the rebound after the miss by Brady Moore. And now a player down here just to the right of the lane for Ohio Dominican. Stops the clock with 12:16 remaining in the half. Cannot yet tell who that injured player is. Looks like it's Brady Moore, and now it looks like we'll have a timeout on the floor. 12:16 for the second half. Timeout with a score. It is Roosevelt 43, Ohio Dominican 37. This is Roosevelt University basketball.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
As we come back, ODU a quick inbound, and then Juwan Weatherspoon wheels low right, hits a shot off the glass. Lakers back the other way now. Aiden Campos for the three. Back rim and out from the right corner. The rebound goes to ODU. Laker lead down to 4 at 43-39. Ohio Dominican around the perimeter, wide right. Carter for three, an air ball missing, but the rebound goes offensively left baseline. And now they'll bring it back out front, straightaway three. That'll rim out off the front of the rim. Griffin Yaklich, the rebound here for the Lakers. Up the near side, now to Prater. Long ball ahead, into the front court with it now. Then circling back to the timeline, here's Thomas with it for RU. Thomas, one hands it now out high right to 40 Prater. He has it at the near right point, almost to the timeline along the near sideline. Defensive switch here, picking up the coverage now. Seaman out high with it. Yaklich nearly travels, stutter steps, drives into the lane, spins in the paint. 8-footer in the paint, dances around the rim and falls for Griffin Yaklich. His first two of the game, averages 9.8 a game does Griffin. Picks up his first two. Laker lead back to 6 at 45-39. Seaman out high right in the forecourt now. Out top of the arc, here's Goodman around the arc. Left corner, Carson Seaman for the three. Rattled in and out. Rebound offensively, and a foul will bank no good. Tip try then goes in. Good persistence there, and the third try is the charm there for Juwan Weatherspoon. He has 9. Laker lead down to 4 at 45-41. Roosevelt the ball in the forecourt now. Far side with it, Prater hands it off to Yaklich. Out high now, left point with it. Here's Inari Thomas. Thomas hands it off again to Prater. Shot clock now at 8. Prater, left elbow. Into the free throw circle, fires it wide right to Yaklich, fakes a three. De Campos out high now to Prater, time winding down, 40 with a desperation three, back rim and out, rebound with full extension. Juwan Weatherspoon gets to it. He went into the air, fully extended the right arm to reel it in, and then as he brought it into the front court, a whistle here. And will we have a timeout on the floor? Looks like we will. Timeout with 9:45 for regulation. Timeout on the floor with a score. It is Roosevelt 45, Ohio Dominican 41. This is Roosevelt University basketball.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
How is your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then, someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Derek Goodman inbounds as we come back here to our ball game tonight, and they move it around the perimeter after the inbound came into Broughton, around low left, Goodman in deep, and then a little turnaround goes in for Elijah Hinton down low. Hinton makes the shot. And the Laker lead down to a pair. Smallest lead in a while for RU at 45-43. Prater into the front court against tight defensive pressure. Backs away from that. Pulled up right elbow. Still has it as he nearly lost the dribble. Wheels in his way into the lane. Looking. Turning around. Shot instead goes in for 40 Prater. He wanted to pass the ball, but instead took the shot. He had no other option, and he buried it. 47-43 Roosevelt. 9 minutes for regulation. Game seemingly on track to go down to the wire. Weatherspoon out high left. Back up top of the key. Broughton. Now to Goodman with it. Over to the far side, Carson Seaman. Again down to Broughton. Back right side, Seaman again. Drives in right baseline. Into the lane. Jump pass now left side. Carter trying to drive into the paint. Went up, came down. Lakers wanted to travel. It never came. Wide right, then a three. Misses there. In and out for Weatherspoon, and the rebound goes to Roosevelt. They'll bring it back the other way. Down the lane, Thomas. Into the lane. Put it up, and it rolls around the rim and in. So Thomas converts at the other end. Good transition possession there, results in two for the Lakers. They're back up by a pair now. Back up rather by, well, a pair of possessions. It's a 6-point lead at 49-43. Seaman out high right, nearly traveled. Left side to Goodman, 4-3. Short. Rebound. Griffin Yaklich tipped into the foul line, picked up there by Inari Thomas for the Lakers. He'll bring it into the front court. Down the lane, put it up, banked it no good. Rebound taken down by Elijah Hinton. ODU back the other way. Seaman. Down the lane, back cut here. Beautiful bounce pass feed to Goodman, who was cutting in on the left baseline, and Derek Goodman laid it in for his first two of the game. Laker lead at 49-44 on the board now, and we have a stoppage here far side. And it appears we'll have a timeout on the floor. 7:44 remaining in the second half. Timeout on the floor with a score. Roosevelt 49, Ohio Dominican 45. This is Roosevelt University basketball.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing. And
all right, we'll come out of the break now as 7:51 remains in the second half. 49-45 Roosevelt with the lead. Lakers right now will have the ball out of the timeout, and the ball flipped in about 5 feet here to 40 Prater, who walks it now between the circles. Shot clock, it looks like at about 11. We can only see a partial view of the shot clock on the video stream. Thomas far side left, now hands it off to 40 Prater. Prater fakes left, went right, drove down the middle of the lane, laid it up and in. Count the hoop and a foul called. 40 Prater to the line now for a three-point play opportunity here. See if they call that on Seaman. Oh, no, looks like we may have had an offensive foul, or do we have another timeout? Got another timeout on the floor, 7:15 for the second half. Lakers up 51-45. This is Roosevelt University basketball.
I was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. It was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Out of the timeout, 40 Prater makes a free throw. Lakers up 52-45. ODU with the ball in the front court. Alinen in the lane, misses. Rebound tipped around. Offensive board here for ODU. A three from out front, misses for Broughton. And then Griffin Yaklich in a crowd able to get the rebound for RU. Up ahead now, into the front court. Yaklich flipped it back now to Prater. He has it near the top of the center circle. Lakers up now by 7 at 52-45. 6:53 for regulation. Top of the arc now as Kennedy Brown back into the game for the Lakers. Left of the key, Prater backed it up now beyond the arc. In a little bit of trouble. Drives in from the left again. Follow-away jumper from the elbow. Back rim and out. Yaklich, the follow-up tip is right there. Oh, Griffin was in perfect position to tip it in. So Griffin Yaklich now with 4. Laker lead back to 9, 54-45. A little bit of a run here by RU. Near sideline in the forecourt. Terrence Broughton with it now. Fed it down low. A little spin shot will go in. Spin shot in off the glass. Hitting that one, Jawan Weatherspoon, and we'll have another timeout on the floor. Weatherspoon now with 8 in the second half, 11 in the game. Timeout on the floor, 6:16 for regulation. The score, Roosevelt 52, Ohio Dominican 47. This is Roosevelt University basketball.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older-adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
All right, back with you as 6:24 remains in this second half. Roosevelt right now leading 54-47. Lakers at this juncture at 22 of 53, 41.5% from the floor. They're 5 of 16 from 3, while Ohio Dominican 18 of 57, 31.6%. And they are 3 of 25 from three-point range. Roosevelt out of the timeout now with the ball. 40 Prater between the rings. Bouncer left elbow. Knocked away. Ball loose on the floor. Players to the floor as well. And then a whistle. Can't see the alternate possession arrow from our angle right now on the video stream. And it will be Roosevelt to keep it. 5:56 remaining in the second half. Lakers now will get the ball back. Technically, they'll hold on to the ball. Now they'll take care of a wet spot out near the top of the key here to the right. Griffin Yaklich to inbound here now for the Lakers. So we await the ball transfer to Griffin. There it is. We're ready to resume. Ball brought into Prater. Has it near sideline, walks it now between the rings around a Yaklich screen. Prater, top of the key. Fakes left, went right, pull-up jumper, right elbow, right through for 40 Prater. Oh, a clutch shot there by 40, hitting it from right on the right elbow. He has 18 points tonight. Laker lead at 56-47. They're back up 9 again. Their largest lead has been 10. Right side with it, Carson Seaman in the front court. Sends it over to the far side now. Then back out high. Fake here by Carter into the lane. Lean-in shot. Hit the front of the rim and out. Rebound tipped left of the lane, and it goes to Griffin Yaklich for the Lakers. Lakers a chance to take what would be their second double-digit lead of the game. And it would come at a great time. Closing in on the final 5 minutes of regulation. Yaklich out high right near the point. Guarded here by Antonio Carter. Yaklich behind the back dribble. Inches in toward the right elbow. Flipped it out high. Thomas straight up three. That'll hit the front of the rim and bounce through. Inare Thomas gets a nice bounce off the rim for his third, make it his fourth three-ball of the game. Lakers up a dozen now, 59-47. Well, this is almost a must-make possession here now for Ohio Dominican. Carter out between the rings. Over to the far side, Seaman out between the rings. Now here's Weatherspoon with it. Back over to the far side, Carter. Up top now to Weatherspoon. Straight away three. Back rim and out. Rebound to 40 Prater. Well, right now the touch has evaded Ohio Dominican of late down the stretch at perhaps the worst possible time. Roosevelt with the ball in the forecourt. Prater bounces it now wide right with it there. Driving in the lane is Yaklich. Lean-in shot, no good. Tip try will miss again by Kennedy Brown, and the rebound goes to the near side. Picked up there by Antonio Carter. Drops it back for Seaman. Down the lane, laid it up. No good, but a foul called here. See if they called a charge on Seaman. Or was it a block? I think it was the latter. And I think it was on, let's see who that foul was on there. That was on Thomas. So Thomas, the foul, team's fifth of the second half for Roosevelt now. And Carson Seaman to the line here for Ohio Dominican. Seaman has yet to take a free throw in this game. His first one here, back rim and out. Seaman with 3 points on a first half three-pointer. Seaman now, that was his first miss in 5 attempts this season from the foul line. Seaman, another one on the way. Carson Seaman, the junior guard from Cincinnati, Ohio. That second one rattles home for Seaman. Seaman with 4. Laker lead at 59-48. Three-quarter court pressure, now a half-court trap applied by ODU. Prater lobs it to the far sideline across the timeline to Yaklich. Back now to 40 Prater at the bottom of the center circle. Prater holding. Starts up a right-hand dribble. Closing in on the final 4 minutes of the half. Shot clock now down to 10. Prater angles to the right. Cuts back left, has it between the rings. Works it around a double team. Left elbow now to Kennedy Brown. Into the lane. Spins. Fall away jumper from 10 is in. Oh, the Lakers have had the great touch down the stretch here. Kennedy Brown now with 9. Laker lead at 61-48, a 13-point advantage. And ODU answers right back. They move it around into the lane, and then a little fall-away hit there by Antonio Carter. And correction, that shot was hit there rather by Elijah Hinton, and now we have a timeout on the floor. So Ohio Dominican takes a timeout. They have 1 left. 3:37 remaining. Lakers the lead, 61-50. This is Roosevelt University basketball.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
How is your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
All right, welcome back. 3:37 remaining in the second half. 61-50, Roosevelt with a lead. Lakers still with 3 timeouts. They have been charged with 6 fouls here in the second half, while ODU now with 4, and we're back underway. Lakers moving it all the way left to right, weaving through defensive pressure in the backcourt. Now across the timeline near side, Griffin Yaklich. Standing dribble for Griffin out high right near the timeline. Yaklich hands it off on the come around now to Thomas. Has it right half of the center circle. Thomas leans over the dribble. Thomas angles left, cuts back to the right, pulls up right elbow. Now drives again in, all the way down the right edge of the lane and muscles up a shot off the glass and in. Inare Thomas at 18 at the half. And I have him with 30, and now we have a stoppage as Ohio Dominican moving it up, ball tipped out of bounds far side. Lakers up now by 13 again, 63-50. And we await the resumption. 3:10 remaining, and we've had a technical foul against the Lakers, it appears. And a free throw opportunity, I believe, has been missed. I can see the free throw shooter, but not the basket on the camera angle. Here comes the second free throw, and that will be, I believe, in for Broughton. Let's see. So Broughton made the second of the 2, as there apparently was a technical foul there. And now Ohio Dominican with the ball, trailing at 63-51. So the Panthers now bring it into the front court as they inbounded the ball on the backcourt side of the timeline. They'll move it around the arc left to right. Goodman has it far side right, nearly traveled with it. Now here's a drive down the lane from the top of the key. Turnaround fall away is in, and a nice move there by Antonio Carter for the 2. Carter now with 8 tonight. 63-53. Laker lead at 10. Time certainly, though, right now, more of a friend to Roosevelt than to Ohio Dominican. Up the near sideline, Thomas tries to move around a couple of defenders, and a foul called here, and I believe they're going to whistle this one on Jalen Green just back into the game. That would be his first of the game, and the team's 5th. 2:37 remaining. Lakers trying to close in on what would be their second straight win. Here's 40 Prater on the inbound near side of the hash mark. Has it back now after it was returned to him by Griffin Yaklich. Prater near the timeline with it now. Prater angles left. Has it near the far hash mark. Lakers winding down a little time here. Shot clock at 6. Prater, oh, nice spin pass down low. Head fake there in deep. And then Khalil Haywood misses a shot. On the rebound, he took a fall. There was a held ball called. It'll go to Ohio Dominican on the alternate possession arrow. At the very least, the Lakers able to work some time off the floor there. 63-53, Roosevelt the lead by 10. And we await the resumption of play. And the Panthers quickly into the front court. Lean-in shot in the lane. Back rim and out. And the rebound goes to Roosevelt after the missed shot by Antonio Carter. Lakers with the ball back, heading to the final 2 minutes of the game. Griffin Yaklich out high left on a double team and a whistle. And we have a timeout on the floor. It's a full. We'll take a break. 2:03 to go, and your score, Roosevelt 63 and Ohio Dominican 53. This is Roosevelt University basketball.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I'm to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container, because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
So Roosevelt trying to close in on a win. They're up by 10 right now. Lakers for the game, 26 of 58, 44.8%. They're 6 of 17 from three-point range. They've made 5 of 7 free throws. Story of this game, by the way, 2 players for the Lakers in foul trouble. Thomas and Brown each with 4. The story of this game, 3 of 26 from three-point range for Ohio Dominican. They came into the game at 37.7% from beyond the arc. Nowhere near that tonight. Out of the timeout, the Lakers with possession. Roosevelt called that last timeout. They have 2 remaining now. Here comes the inbound far side. Pressure here on Yaklich. Brought it into Kennedy Brown. They double team him. Ball knocked away. And the Panthers able to get a steal in from right the other end. A lay-in will go around and in. Steal in a basket there for Jawan Weatherspoon. Lakers back the other way, leading at 63-55. Inside of 2 minutes remaining. Prater circles around a wide circular journey around in the front court there for Prater. Hands it off now to Thomas, who took an elbow to the chin. There was no foul called. Up ahead now to Yaklich, back to Thomas. Lakers winding down time, and now a whistle here. Foul going to be called, I believe, on Carson Seaman for Ohio Dominican. That'll bring the Panthers now to 16 fouls in the second half. 1:26 remain. Griffin Yaklich to inbound near sideline at the hash mark. Lakers trying to move to 2-3 on the year. They'd have a 2-game win streak in progress going into their next game on Wednesday afternoon in Indianapolis. Here comes the inbound from Griffin Yaklich. Looking, brought it in near sideline now. And against a double team trying to get out of that was Haywood, able to underhand it now to Prater near the timeline, and a foul here called. It'll be either on Carter or on Green. Looks like, no, we've had a timeout instead, so I don't believe a foul call there. Instead, timeout on the floor. 1:23 remains in the second half. Roosevelt trying to wind down the time as they lead it 63-55. Each team now with 1 timeout remaining. Leading scores in this game right now for Roosevelt. What a game for Inari Thomas. 30 points tonight. 40 Prater adding 19. While leading the way right now is Elijah Hinton with 20. And as well in double figures with 13 points tonight is Jawan Weatherspoon for Ohio Dominican. So here comes the inbound now near sideline for Griffin Yaklich for the Lakers. He looks. Weatherspoon on a tight coverage on the inbound. Brought it into Prater, did Yaklich. 40 now has it near the center circle. Splits 2 defenders and draws a foul here. Let's see if they call this on Carter. Clock winding down. 1:16 remains in the second half. And it looks like we'll have Roosevelt free throws on the way. 40 Prater to the line for the Lakers. Prater tonight is 1 for 1 from the line. He came into the game a perfect 16 of 16 this season. Will that continue here? First free throw is in. 40 Prater, 1 more coming up. 64-55 Lakers. Prater 1 more on the way. And it's in the air, and the camera veered left, and I believe it was in for Prater. 65-55 on the board as we're now heading to the final minute of this game. Little floater here right of the lane. In and out there for Green, and the rebound cleared by Roosevelt. Is getting the rebound Khalil Haywood for Roosevelt. Lakers now controlling in the backcourt. Pass up ahead across the timeline to Haywood again. Has it far sideline. They double team him. Pass to the near side to Thomas. He holds out high right. Lakers winding down time nicely here. Thomas holding near the timeline, and he will have it kicked away on the dribble. It went flying into the Laker backcourt. Roosevelt will inbound near sideline, just inside the timeline. 51 seconds remaining. Roosevelt a 10-point lead. Good ball game here tonight, and Roosevelt closing in on the win. All right, we await the inbound. It'll be brought to the backcourt side of the timeline now for Thomas. He looks. Brought it in across the timeline, then a return pass to Thomas. He drives in from the right side of the hoop, fed it down low. Brown went up for the dunk, missed it, but had it knocked away in the process. Getting it back, shot down low by Haywood, missed it. Rebound tipped around in the lane. Ball rolls to the near sideline, out of bounds to Roosevelt. Well, again, as was the case earlier on, about 2 or 3 minutes ago, Lakers not able to convert, but they're able to wind some time down, and they keep possession of the ball as well. 41 seconds remaining in the game. Lakers the lead, 65-55. Inari Thomas to inbound here for RU. He looks. Brought it in out high right. Return pass for Thomas. Tipped away, but Thomas got it right back after it was tipped away by Goodman. Thomas had it knocked away again by Goodman. Again, Thomas got it back again. Pass over to the far sideline. Over leads Aiden Campos, and it bounces into the Roosevelt bench. It'll be Ohio Dominican with the ball back. 35 seconds remaining now in the ball game. Inbound pass came in far sideline at three-quarter court. They'll bring it across the timeline. Carter, foul line jumper is in. Good shot there by Antonio Carter, but it may be too little too late here for ODU. Now we have a timeout on the floor. Down to 25 seconds remaining. Laker lead at 67-55. We'll pause and return. This is Roosevelt University basketball.
Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
All right, Roosevelt trying to gain a non-conference win here tonight. They'll play at Indianapolis on Wednesday afternoon in another non-conference matchup. Then they'll head to the GLIAC schedule, the Goodman Center. But right now, Roosevelt trying to wrap up this win. Inbound came into Prater. Works his way around a double team at the timeline. Under 20 seconds remaining. Near side right now. Long bounce pass to Thomas. Lobbed it out between the rings now to Kennedy Brown. Back to Thomas. And we have a whistle here. 11 seconds remain in the game. And a foul here on Ohio Dominican. I think they call that on Elijah Hinton. That'll be 7 now. And free throws coming up. And Roosevelt, a great job down the stretch of keeping that ball away. Not only keeping it out of Ohio Dominican's possession, they're able to spread the floor, pass it around nicely, but they were able to avoid as well having a foul, having Ohio Dominican foul. And that wound down some time. Kennedy Brown makes the first free throw as he's to the line. He makes the second one. This ball game now all but over. 67-57 Roosevelt. Inside of 10 seconds remaining. ODU into the front court. Drive down the lane. Off balance shot. Banks no good. Rebound goes to Kennedy Brown. And he had it taken away. A shot at the buzzer misses. And this game comes to an end. And Roosevelt claims victory here. Their second straight after the win. Their initial win last week over East West. The Lakers play Ohio Dominican tonight on the road. Great win here by the Lakers as they win it. The final score of the night, Roosevelt 67, Ohio Dominican 57. Take a quick look here before we leave the air at scoring stats tonight for the Lakers. Thomas leading the way with 30, then it was 40 Prater with 21, Kennedy Brown with 11. And then the rest of the scoring, Griffin Yaklich 4 and Khalil Haywood had 1. Reed, Campos, and King all played but did not score for the Lakers. For ODU, it was Elijah Hinton leading the way with 20, then it was Weatherspoon with 13, Antonio Carter with 10, 4 apiece for Seaman and Kimball, Goodman with 2, and Broughton had 1, as did Tony Izanu. And Jalen Green played but did not score. Double-double, by the way, for Hinton. He had 20 points and 11 rebounds tonight. Shooting stats for ODU, 22 of 67, 32.8%. 3 of 26 from three-point range and 10 of 18 from the free throw line, while the Lakers tonight went 26 of 60, 43.3%, 6 of 17 from beyond the arc, and they went 9 of 11 from the foul line. Rebounding tonight, and the Lakers with actually both teams wound up with 41 rebounds, and turnovers tonight, 5 for ODU and 6 for the Lakers. Lakers led 35-30 at the half. They win tonight by a final of 67-57. Well, our great thanks to the Ohio Dominican Sports Information staff for helping us plan our remote broadcast tonight. Our great thanks to all of you for tuning in. Lakers are back in action on Wednesday afternoon, 1 p.m. at Indianapolis. And we'll have a live video link for that while we will be at the Goodman Center for the Roosevelt University women's basketball home opening game. It'll be Roosevelt against Upper Iowa at 5:30. Final again, Roosevelt 67 and Ohio Dominican 57. Hope you'll join us as this Thanksgiving week continues. Either way, until we speak to you again, this is Tom Westenfeld. Thank you so much for being with us. And for now, we wish you all a very pleasant good night.